Hey everyone, welcome to Open Hybrid. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour, coming to you from Cherry Executive Suite, inviting you to get social with us online. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV and like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, while you're there, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, and LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. In today's episode, we're going to continue the celebration of Latinx Heritage Month, highlighting the New York Latin American Art Triennial 2022, which began September 3rd, 2022, and will be on display through January 28th, 2023. NILA, which is its acronym, 2022, will bring together more than 200 artists exhibiting their works in 7 venues throughout New York City, featuring exhibitions, performances, short films, screenings, outdoor installations, interactive workshops, panel discussions, and more. And it's free to the public. And this year's theme, the title is Abya Yala, Structural Origins, which in the Kuna language means land in its full maturity or land of vital. And here to share more about this fascinating event is director and co-founder of the Bronx Hispanic Festival and the New York Latin American Art Triennial. Please welcome Luis Steffenberg.
Thank you, Rhina, for having us in your program, in your great program. I have some positive energy.
Wonderful. Oh, thank you. What a wonderful greeting. I tried to put in as much as I could about this phenomenal festival that you've curated and put together, and obviously in recognizing it as a triennial affair, it's what, taking you 3 years to put it together?
Yes, we do. Yes, 3 years.
So talk us through its origins, right? Because I know that prior to getting on air, you were sharing that there was a transition. So can we start with the association that the Bronx Hispanic Festival has with the New York Latin American Art Triennial, so that we're clear about those dynamics?
Yeah, the Bronx Hispanic Festival produced several events during the month of Hispanic heritage. And one of them is the visual art component. We developed the Bronx Latin American Art Biennial by 2008, and it was very successful. I worked together with Alexis Mendoza, that also is the chief curator of the project. And we developed the project in a very positive way, all the way through 2019, where we understand that we're going to be in all boroughs of New York. And also 3 years will give us a little more time to get ready for it. And that's what we did. And that's the reason that now is the New York Latin American Art Triennial.
And so it's already open, and right, because it opened September 3rd, but it has different openings at different venues. Now, will they all remain open until January, though?
No, some of them will finish by November. Lehman's College will be until January. Hostels also will be until January. Yes, okay. And Boricua College as well. Boricua College is going to have a graffiti show, something that is very new for us this year, and we are very proud of produce that particular exhibit.
Well, the title itself and the intention behind it, in using Kuna language, right? Can we just share a little bit about why the indigenous language of certain, I would say South American? Yeah, South American. Yes. That's where that language is used, right? So why have you chosen to also introduce this as the title of the overall program?
Well, the project itself is a project about challenging the concept of art, the artist, and the presence of art in the communities. So every event have a very particular subject or theme that invite to think and to have a philosophical reflection of our social environment and socioeconomic realities. Of course, everything is tied up with our roots as Latin Americans in a country, in a foreign country. So Abya Yala in this moment was the linkage with the Aborigines of the America, and Abya Yala was the way that they called the continent, not the European name that was labeled later on. So we thought about that it was moment to bring the Aborigine heritage to the present of the arts, international arts, understanding that these people that was in this land from the beginning still be the oppressed people, still be the people that their culture doesn't reflect the mass media, for example. So there is the connection, and as a humble project is a homage to the founders of this land,
Right.
the real founders.
Right. Understood, because I understand that you also operate with understanding, or rather with the intention of educating and advocating the preservation of the historic cultural legacies of Latin America and the Caribbean, and our fundamental role in contributing to this nation.
Yes, and there we connect with we calling for the historical development, where also the Africans come in, and of course the Europeans come in, and this is the art, and this is the history of that art.
Now, we don't have the time to mention all of the 200 artists, but what would be great is if you could give us just a vision of what we could anticipate visiting the different venues. And we have to do that as succinct as possible, but I would love for people to get an idea of how this has been curated throughout New York City.
Oof. Well, we have Melquiades from Puerto Rico in Lehman's College. You can see his sculpture that is inspired in the alphabet of the Taínos, Egyptians, and modern alphabets. You have Pablo Olguera in Hostels Community College doing a performance by November 18th. Today is the opening of Pace University gallery that is next to the City Hall. And that's so nice that you can walk in that area and be able to having this Latino creative explosion in the first floor of Pace University. There we have Sandra Monterroso, that is a very well-known indigenous from Guatemala, and also it's a woman. The role of women in this show is also very important, and they are very present. So we are also in Governor's Island until November, and we have a house there that also is accommodate several artworks. So in general, by November we have the graffiti Bronx artists. So most of them are Bronx artists in Boricua College Gallery. As you know, Boricua is setting themselves very strong in the South Bronx. They also going to open a theater very soon. So it's a lot of 200 artists.
I know there's 200 artists, and I just wanted our viewers to have a better understanding of how they can experience this, right? Because this is going to be on display. Well, the majority of them will be on display until January of 2023. But the idea is that there's so many different venues that are hosting this particular festival, this triennial, and it's a different experience for each one. And do people just go to the galleries, or they
Yes,
website
absolutely.
and look at the different hours, and basically, what do you want people to leave with?
Well, what I gonna just mention anecdote very fast, and maybe this will explain something. The first biennial Peruvian artist and curator was coming to the airport with a large roll of paintings because it's a marginal project. We need to improvise things like that. So when he's coming through the aduana, right, the guard say, "What are you having in that big thing?" And he say, "Oh, I'm bringing paintings art to the Bronx to an art show." And he laughed. The aduana guy laughed and say, "What you need is a large gun if you go into the Bronx."
Wow.
So, wow, this is
Yeah.
years ago. And he say, "What are you talking about?" So he came several times, and at that moment, we brought artists from South America to the Bronx. And the name of the Bronx was in the newspapers in Argentina, Brazil, not talking about negative. He was talking about positive cultural international relations. And now we still in the Bronx, and we still in New York City, something that born in the Bronx, not too many years ago. So that is what it's about. It's
Thank
about
you.
empowering ourselves in a positive way.
Well, and we thank you. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you for putting so much of yourself into this. You can tell you're very passionate about it. Thank you. That's Luis Steffenberg, everyone. He is the director and co-founder of the Bronx Hispanic Festival and the New York Latin American Art Triennial, which is what we've been discussing. And once again, the New York Latin American Art Triennial 2022 is running from September 3rd. It's already open through January 28th, 2023, in 7 venues throughout the city, including several Bronx locations such as the Bronx Art Space, Longwood Art Gallery at Hostess Community College, and at Lehman College Art Gallery and Boricua College. And that's just naming a few. Go to their website if you want more information on the Bronx Hispanic Festival and the New York Latin American Art Triennial 2022. You can visit BxHispanicFestival.org and NYLAAT.org. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to speak with an author about her upcoming book based on the true life experiences of people who live in working poor and working class neighborhoods of New York City. Don't go anywhere.